Hello, and welcome to the Coach Therapy Podcast. I'm Coach Q, and I am so excited that you decided to tune in today. We're going to take a journey through vulnerability so that we can reach clarity, healing, growth, and success. You're going to learn some things about you, you'll learn some things about me, but most importantly, you will receive tools every episode that will help you to become better every single day. Enjoy Coach Therapy. Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Coach Therapy Podcast. I'm Coach Q, and I am so grateful that you have decided to join another episode of this podcast. We have been going strong. This is officially, I believe, episode 27. So knocking at the door of 30 episodes, and wow. I just remember back in August when I started this whole podcast journey again. I was just doing it because I knew I had to. I knew that somebody needed to hear the words that I had to say. And what's interesting is as I begin this journey, I just didn't consider all of the factors and everything that would come into play with it. And I think that's like many of the things that we do. Oftentimes we don't consider all that could possibly come along with what we're doing. And in that, we run into just things that we didn't expect. The pace may be slower than anticipated. And I feel all of those things. I feel like I am doing something consistently and haven't yet seen the level of growth that I had hoped for, or just haven't done all of the things that I imagined that I would do with it. And I may not be the only person feeling like that. I think while we're on a journey of becoming, and while we are trotting unfamiliar territory, a lot of times we have an expectation of something that we don't know the full ins and outs of. And that's kind of where I am. And I think that what's interesting is for me to be right in this space. I was on my channel and I just started scrolling through some videos because I've been at this for a while. This whole entrepreneurship thing for about right at 10 years, going on 11. Next August will be 11 years. And I've tried my hand at different things, and I've had success in areas, and I've really am grateful for all of the things that I've been able to accomplish over this time. And anyways, I came across a video from 7 years ago. And 7 years ago, I used to sit down and do little snippets of videos, like 2-minute, 3-minute videos, which was just some encouragement. And I came across a video where I was talking about frustration and faith. And I was talking about how we have to allow moments of frustration to pass, but allow our faith to remain intact. And in that video, I was talking about what I believe will happen in my life, and what I believe I could accomplish, and all of the things. And it made me smile. It made me smile because 7 years ago, I was so fresh into the journey, and I had a lot of optimism in the journey. However, I realized that I missed the optimism and the freshness that came along with my journey. And what do I mean by that is when we are seasoned in a particular environment or thing, we start to embrace reality more than we embrace faith sometimes. And this may not be your story, but for me, it's my story and how the process has gone. When it was fresh, I was doing things for the very first time. And so a lot of that meant I didn't know exactly what to expect. I just was so optimistic, and I just knew that what I wanted to come from it. And I had this joy that came along with it. And as the years went on and the reality of entrepreneurship settled in and the adversity of entrepreneurship became a reality, it stole some of the optimism that I've had, because I have found myself in recent times living in the reality of everything and not believing fully in the outcome of it. What do I mean? I know what it is to go through the motions of my reality. So continue recording a podcast, continue to write my book, continue to, meet new people and do speaking engagements, continue on with the process. But the optimism that comes along with believing has been suppressed. And I believe that I have suppressed that optimism all in the name of, this is my reality. And I realized that I've been robbing myself of possibilities and of dreaming and of joy. There's so much joy that comes along with dreaming. When we dream big, I remember Ben Carson, when I was a kid, I read his book, Dream Big. And that used to be one of my favorite books to read. And I just loved his story of how he was a little boy that didn't have much. He read and his imagination grew. And he thought about all of the things that he could become and all that he would do. And he became those things and he did those things. And it was a lot of joy that came with believing in the possibilities. And what I am saying to you and what I have said to myself is that I want my joy back. I want the joy of possibilities to come back. The joy that comes along with dreaming bigger than the moment. I want that back. Yes, the reality may be that it's tough, it's expensive, it's exhausting, but the joy of that is, what is on the other side? What could this become? Where could this lead me? And I want that back. And so I'm going to be intentional about getting that back, about tapping back into that joy. Don't allow your reality to consume you so much that you just stop believing, that you stop being excited, that you stop imagining that there is something better on the other side of it. Sure, we have to do the work to get there. And yes, it requires a lot of us sometimes, but that doesn't mean that we can't get excited about what is to come. You have every right to be excited about where things are going to go and where your work is going to lead you. But it could be tough. It could just be downright, what the heck is going on? This doesn't feel good. And I know what it is because I'm there right now. This is not a once upon a time. No, this is right now in the thick of where I am. I need my joy back. I need my excitement back. I need to dream again. I need to get the whole butterflies. I need to take more risk because the reality of my circumstances has almost caused me to play it safe. And I realize I don't have anything worth having in my life from playing it safe. There was some risk that I had to take. There was some leaps of faith that were absolutely necessary in order to get to where I wanted to be. And I just started to reflect back on the momentum that I had. And I was like, why does it feel like the momentum has shifted? And what I realized is that I've been too caught up in the reality, too caught up in trying to play it safe, too caught up in trying to control everything. And we don't get to the other side if we got to control everything. If we think we have the remote control of outcome, we don't have that. So we just have to do our part. And that's where I am. And I'm like, if I'm going to get my joy back, then I got to do what I got to do. I remember my very first time hosting my gala that I used to do annually. And I remember them giving me the bill and having to put my credit card down and sign on the line to say, if you don't sell one ticket It's your responsibility to pay this balance. That was a risk because I had never put on a big event. I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? But I realized it was the faith of the process, the optimism that I had that it's going to go amazing, that allowed me to be able to sign my name on the line, sell the tickets, and have a successful event. And then I went on and did it for 5 years. I got to get back to that because I've been playing it safe. I've been saying, ooh, I am not going to sign my name on the dotted line. Not yet, because what if this, or let me control that. Where is the risk? Where is the leap? Right? And so here I am, I'm telling you, because I realize the joy that comes along with entrepreneurship for me is in the sacrifice. The joy that I crave so desperately in this process is in doing it and believing it, that it will come and it will happen the way that it should. I want to get back to the joy. I want to get back to just, wow. You know, those wow moments where I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that this worked out for me. That's what I am craving in my life. I want to get back to that because yes, we all have the desire to be safe. But what is safety taking away from you? Yes, we want to be in control, but what is being in control robbing you of? There is something that you are sacrificing with all of the things that you think you're doing just to maintain your reality. If you want to get to the other side of it, you got to take a risk. You got to take a leap. You got to dream again. And so, not just talking to you, I'm talking to me because I miss that about me. I miss it. And this is so vulnerable of me, I should say. It's very vulnerable of me to share this and to really tap into the reality of how I'm feeling. And what I'm feeling right now is like, yo, I got to get back to that. I've been talking about something that I wanted to do for a minute, and I haven't done it because of the reality that I'm in. But you know what I've learned is that as we go, it unfolds. That as we move forward, things happen. The more we say yes, the more we experience. And that is what I need to get back to. And so if you are like me and you are playing it safe, too safe, and you are robbing yourself of progression because your reality just seems too overbearing and too overwhelming, I want you to dream again. Just like when we were kids. I remember, child, I could get my baby dolls and I could, Lord, create a whole nother world. Me and my sister Shantae, we would have a tea party and we would have some pop or some water and we would be up there just talking about our life and talking about work, and we would create this whole new world. And it's funny to think that, you know, when I was that little girl at 4 or 5 or however old, and I'm playing tea party and playing like I'm going to work, even at that age, there was something about the imagination. There was something about dreaming that brought so much joy. And inevitably, I grew up and it became my reality. And I want to get back to that childlike dreaming and imagination and joy. I want to get back to that. And the only way we get back to that is by allowing ourselves to dream, no matter how old you are or how long you've been in the process of working on your goals and your dreams. Keep at it. No matter how high you ascend, continue to dream. continue to work, continue to make things happen. Get back to you. Get back to what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel happy. Dream again. Until next time, I'm Coach Q. I want you to dream, dream, dream. Dream, dream. We got it. You got it. I'll talk to you later. Have a great week. All right.